Hi guys, today I'm going to be showing you how you can perform DNS poisoning on your Windows 11 laptop. First of all, disclaimer, make sure that you're using a virtual machine and not your default system, as if you make changes to your default system and something goes wrong, then you would be ultimately responsible and your system might go haywire, and we wouldn't want that, right? So first of all, make sure that you're doing all this experiment on a virtual machine. Now moving on, what are we going to do in this experiment? Basically, we are going to redirect one website to another website that we were not intending to attend to. So I'm just going to show you the website that we are attacking today, the testphp.vulnerweb.com. This is a dummy website. This is not a real website, and the disclaimer is right over here. PHP application which is intentionally vulnerable. So this is a vulnerable website, we know that. How do you know whether you can attack a website or not? Whenever a website does not have a HTTPS, or it shows something like not secure, like if you see this is HTTP website, not an HTTPS website, then you know that you can actually potentially attack that website. So we are going to attack this website and we want to redirect this website to the archive website, web.archive.com, or the archive.org, which is the Wayback Machine. So when we are, what will happen by the end of this experiment is that when you're trying to access this website, it is going to automatically open Internet Archive website. So let's move on to the execution part. So first of all, we are going to click on Windows, find Terminal. We want to run Terminal as an administrator. To run the terminal as administrator, you would have to give the password to your device. Now your terminal is open. Move to this C folder or your default directory. Inside that, you will find a folder called Windows dir. The dir command shows you all the files and folders present in the particular directory that you are in. So we can see that we have a Windows folder over here. We want to go to that. I'll go to Windows. Inside Windows, we have a folder called System32. Inside System32, we go inside Drivers. Inside Drivers, we go to etc. Now, etc is the folder that contains the file that we're going to edit right now. Hosts. Let me show you what hosts contains. Hosts is open. So this is basically a file that has, obviously you can edit it only by having administrative privileges. This file contains the mappings of IP addresses to host names. So humans, we are good with names, not with numbers. So when we are trying to access a website, we usually give the name for it and not the IP address, as it's very tough to remember the IP address, right? So when we go to Google, we just type Facebook and we get the link to facebook.com. We do not like go to a particular, usually we don't remember the IP addresses, right? So using this property that we humans have, we can actually hack or like poison websites on a local device. So what we are going to do in this file is that first over here we are going to add the IP address of the website we want to redirect to. With a tab, we are going to enter the name of the website, the name or the domain name of the website that we are attacking. So this website is going to redirect to the IP address of the website we are going to enter over here. So since I already stated that we are going to attack test php.vulnerweb.com, and we want to redirect it to archive.org. So first we need to find the IP address of archive.org. How are we going to find it? Simply using terminal. You don't have to go to any website as such. Just open another tab and just ping archive.org. Once you do that, you'll get the IP address of archive.org, just copy it using Control C and go back to your hosts folder, file, and just paste it over here like so. Once this is done, we just need to put in the name of the website that we are attacking, which again is the test. I just want to make sure that I'm using the correct name. I'll just copy this from here and then go to my hosts file and paste it right over here. Make sure you do not add all this HTTP and anything else other than the domain name. That's all that you need for the experiment. Save this file and your job is like done. Now if you try to access the website using suppose I'll just open another browser and try to open this. See, we are not in test.vulnweb.com, we are in internetarchive.com. See, the domain name is same, but since we did DNS poisoning, we are getting a different website. Over here, you would ask that why am I getting access to test.php.com like over here still? That is because the since we had already accessed this website before the DNS poisoning, the IP address of the original website is actually stored in the cache of this browser, that is our Edge browser. We can like clear cache by simply doing, I'll just delete the data. And now if we try to access test.vulnerweb.com, you will see there is definitely some issue going on. Just wait a second, see, internetarchive.com is opened automatically. So this is basically it. That is what DNS poisoning is done. Also, just make note, this is being done on a local level. So this redirection is currently only happening on your system because you hard coded it into your system. Now, if you try to visit this website using any other system, it's going to stay the same. Being able to infect the entire DNS of a particular like server takes a certain bit more information, right? And we can dive into that later on. But for now, this is what DNS poisoning does. And how is it harmful? Let me just talk about it for a second. Suppose you're trying to access facebook.com. So you can see everything is looking fine, everything is going on well. And suppose a very experienced hacker has done some changes to your host file, then your changes would not even be detectable, right? So if your changes are not detectable, what might happen is that the facebook.com you're currently accessing is not the actual facebook.com. And if you enter your personal details like email addresses and passwords, then the information might go into the database of a hacker and thus your account might get hacked. So this is something that we all need to be aware of. So how do we make sure that our website is safe or not? So one technical way of doing that is that inside your command prompt, now since that we have changed the hosts file, now if we try to ping test php.vulnweb.com, we are going to get the IP address of archive.org because we entered that right in our host file. So we are getting the same. How do we check that? Just there is this tool called nslookup, and you just enter nslookup and test php.vulnweb.com. Once you do that, you'll get a non-authoritative answer that this is the address. It is very evident that this IP address is not the same as the IP address you got when you were pinging test php.vuln. So it makes it very evident that something had happened, someone has tampered with your DNS or someone has tampered with your host file, and this is not an authentic website. Another way, since this is a non-authoritative answer, so you cannot really be sure if this website is actually the real one. So you can go to Chrome and there is another website called nslookup.io. Go to that website and then type in the name of the website that you're trying to check, testphp.vuln oneweb.com. Once you do that, you will get some records. Wait, let me check. testphp.oneweb.com. Now, if you do that, you will get an answer from another record, right? And you can be kind of sure that, okay, another website is showing that this is the IP address, and that again is not matching the IP address that I'm getting when I'm pinging the website. So then again, we know that this is not a safe website. And the last but not the least is checking your certificates. Most browsers these days show whether a website is safe or not. HTTPS is a requirement for that. Also, you can get more information about the certificates that have been issued for the website. Certificate authority issues a security checks, right? And checks whether the signature of the website is matching the certificate that has been provided to it. Since test PHP, this website was already vulnerable, as I showed to you before. It was an HTTP website. It was showing that it was not secure before too. So you're not going to want to give any personal details to a website that is not secure. For example, your phone number, your email ID, your passwords, your bank account details, anything as such to a website that is showing something like not secure. If you want to be a little more technical about it, I just showed you. Use the command prompt and do a few steps, and you can check through that also. So to be able to, let me just tell you how you can change your website back. Just delete this entry that we made previously, save the file again. And now if you try to reload this website, I think, yeah, we got it back. If that does not happen, then I would suggest like delete your history and clear the cache and reload the page. It is going to work all right. So that will be it for this video. I hope you learned something new. Stay safe and use a virtual machine and not your actual laptop to perform this experiment. See you in the next one. Bye bye. Thank you.